All right, my friends, today is going to be day 15 working on this coop. And I went to town yesterday. We got the hardware to finish hanging this fourth door. And then after the door is up, we can actually start working on the floor. Let's get rolling. Okay, now that I have all the parts today, we're going to put this hinge on, show you what I was talking about. As a pointer, I'll tell you guys, I'm using the nylon stop nut, lock nut, whatever you want to call it, so that these don't back out on the doors as opposed to a regular nut. I was limited where you go late at night in my town out here to buy things. Local hardware store, just a local mom and pop shop, these are 15 cents each. The big box orange store, where you go buy these in the 2-pack, if you buy the 2-pack that's hanging on the hook, these are $1.40, 38 for 2. Or you buy 100 of them, and this is like $13. Local hardware store that's usually more expensive on most things was way cheaper on the nuts. So anyway, we're going to put this hinge on. We'll put 3 of the shorter bolts on. A washer and a stop nut. I've always called them nylon. They call them stop nuts in the local hardware store. They call them, yeah, nylon is what the big box store calls them. 7/16 fits me. Yes, this is way overkill and a very crappy old ratchet. Doesn't actually ratchet very well anymore. And then at the end, you have the sandwich I was talking about. So washers pinching the paneling to the 1x to the hinge, and all this pressure is nice and spread around, so I'm not worried about that last hole that's drilled right at the edge causing me problems. Put the other hinge on, and then we can hang this one on the wall. Same concept, but through some 2x4s with the longer screws. And we have the beginnings of a door. Put the other ones in, drill the holes, put all the washers and nuts on, and the last door is done. And actually, before we put everything together, we'll close this, because we have a little bit of play we can do as we tighten up the screws, or the nuts. So you see they don't quite line up. So while we're tightening them up, I'll hold this up, and then as we tighten them, you'll have a perfect line up there, and this is what we will end up with at the end. In the test, this door is now firm, this door is firm, all attached. Looky there. Let's get started on some flooring. And my wife is going to do some painting while I mess with 4x8 sheets of chipboard. So now that we emptied out this side, we have 2 doors, we have an empty floor. I can start bringing chipboard in here, figuring out how it's going to fit and where I'm going to have to put in extra 2x4s to make it actually be reinforced. So we will start on that now. Quick sidebar here. I busted my other air nailer, so I went to go buy a new one, and they were out of the one that I had. You can tell I ended up with a different brand. Same store, so y'all can figure out where I got it from. I'm not as happy with this one, even though it was like twice the price. I was told it was better quality. It feels more solid, but I'm struggling initially with the loading. Maybe the nails that I bought for the other one aren't for this one, but the way the other one worked is they slid in the end and then they were in a chamber and held better. This one, they just drop in, and it must need bigger nail heads or something, because when you release this, you have to be careful, and if you put 2 strands in there at once, it's jamming. So we'll see how it works out. I did a couple test fires, that's how I know it jams, and it is way quieter than the other one. Works differently than the other one. But the other one I had for about 5 years before it broke. Let's see how Pierce treats us. And if it doesn't last for me just doing this chicken coop, then there's something wrong with this. So let's get to it. So next I have to take these two supports out. They're just screwed in, and then I'll lay the next piece of plywood across there, and then chipboard. And then when I'm done, I'll just screw those right back down where they were before. Left half done. Going to start on the right half. 3 solid sheets got me over underneath these 2 supports. So now we're going to put in some bracing for the edge of the sheet so we can continue on across. All right, my friends, day 15 is, we're assuming day 15, lost track, wrapped up. What did we get done today? Well, my wife put primer on all the trim for our 4 doors. So that looks really cool. We got some blue paint we'll put on here eventually, but we have all 4 doors painted, and I, in the darkness here, got our floor mostly done. So we have a solid walkable floor, except for over here. I need to get a last trim piece over there and this piece over here. So just have some scrap sitting in here yet, leftover wood, and then nail it all down. This nail gun, I like it when it works, but I have to figure out what's going on with the nails. Worked really well all day, and then as I was trying to wrap up, it jammed, and I'm too tired to fix it right now. So, day 15, a lot of progress, and we're coming along. The Chicken Mega Coop is almost ready for us to bring some birds out here. So that's where we're at. Day 15 all wrapped up. Catch you all next time.